So to piggyback off of you talking about I Need Drugs, right? That's in 2000.
Yeah.
That's your debut album. You end up shooting the music video in a crack house with Uncle Howie.
Yep.
And he's shooting up in the video.
Yeah, that shit was wild, man, because what happened was I make the song. So here's how I make the song. So I used to go to DJ Riz's crib, shout out DJ Riz, and borrow records just to go listen to because he had a lot. He's a DJ. He had all the vinyl, and so I would see random shit out, and he had LL Cool J. I Need Love. And I was like, let me borrow that. I just want to check it out, just on some hip hop history shit. So it was in my pile for a month or so. Didn't listen to it, and I put it on in the crib. I guess when I'm making beats and something. And I listened to the record, and the idea just came to me. I need drugs, and I'm gonna flip the whole way he's rapping it, like LL did on "I Need Love," but I'm gonna flip it with all the knowledge I have from the drug dealing I told you I do with my boy Rob Weiner and the weed. So I had an experience, plus my uncle being a crackhead. So I was able to write that whole song in one seating. I sat down, wrote all three verses back to back, listening to LL shit and copying it. And I had so much to draw from because of all my experiences I told you about earlier. So I have this song, and I know it's a sick song. I'm like, yo, this song's dope and shit. And I play it for Uncle Howie. And Howie's like, yeah, that song's cool, but you want to see some real shit? Come with me to the crack hotel. I'm gonna show you some real shit. And I'm meeting a religious Jew there now named Mordechai. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? I grab my camcorder. We go to the crack hotel, which is right off Coney Island. This dude has a room booked. Mordechai meets there. I'm bugging out that a religious Jew is smoking crack. Howie's wearing his yarmulke because he was scheming on all the religious Jews on Avenue J, where he would act like he's religious so that they would give him free food and shit. Like, Howie's a scheming motherfucker, total manipulator. So even though Howie's a Jew, Howie would manipulate through sympathy and get people to give him money and shit. Avenue J is an area that all religious Jews frequent, like the marketplace for Jews in Brooklyn. So I see who's there. We go in the place. This place smells like fucking shit. There's cockroaches everywhere. It's fucked up. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So Howie's like, yo, why don't you go buy me some crack? He goes, get me some crack and I'll let you film anything you want. I was like, you're going to let me film a whole video for I Need Drugs now? He's like, yeah, if you get me some crack and heroin. So I'm like, where do we go? He's like, yeah, I'll take you to the spot. So we drove to the crack spot, and I bought Uncle Howie like $60 worth of crack and heroin, because I guess a mixture of, because he's doing heroin in with the needle and smoking crack. So I guess I got him both from this place, and Howie was so excited. And I remember my stepbrother was there, and he thought it was fucked up that I went and bought Howie drugs. And then when I finished filming, we couldn't believe what we filmed. Like, we were like, did I actually just fucking film that? And I'm going to be able to show that to the world? And
but you guys were cracking up too while you were filming it, right?
Yo, bro, it was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. So check this out. So my stepbrother, Steve, who was there in the video, people will recognize him in little parts. And Mr. Hyde was the cameraman on a camcorder. Before we even had DCLRs and Canons like that, we had
you had the handy cam.
Yeah, handy cam. Steven says, yo, are you actually going to release that? In the car after we finished filming. I was like, yeah, why wouldn't I? He's like, yo, bro, you're going to exploit your uncle that way? I was like, yo, bro, he wanted me to do it. And I said, people got to see this. Don't you want people to see this? Like, this is some shit never seen before. So I remember going to an editor in Manhattan and editing the video. This is at a time where they had big editing machines and way before the shit they Final Cut Pro and all that. Avid. This is when Avid, the
Oh
beginning days
wow.
of Avid, when an Avid machine was humongous. So I go to this lady who charges like 50 an hour, and we're editing, and she's like totally emotionless towards what's being seen and just editing at my whim as I tell her what I want. And so every day I'm having a new cut because we can't edit the whole video in one day. So it's like I'm doing sessions of maybe 3 hours, 4 hours. And then the lady didn't want to edit more than that. I probably would have did 12 hours, but she was like, I'm tired. My eyes are tired. So probably took like 15 sessions. So every time I come back with a videotape, maybe Mr. Hyde was driving me there, we would watch as the video was coming into fruition. Like little parts would keep getting edited. And I can say that me and Mr. Hyde never laughed this hard ever in our fucking life. You know when you laugh so hard that you think you're having a heart attack and you're on the floor and it hurts?
Right.
That kind of laughter, like, it hurts, it hurts. Every night that we watched the new rough cut of this video, it was crushing me and Mr. Hyde. And we knew we had something fucking sick. Like I knew, I was like, yo, this is gonna blow people away. And you know what's crazy? The video dropped 5 years before YouTube. This is why I don't have 100 million views on it on YouTube, because it dropped before there was a YouTube, and I was selling it through Fat Beats on PAL to Europe and VHS. Fat Beats would give me like $500 orders, like for $10 a pop, 50 at a time, every like week. So I was making a lot of money with Fat Beats off these movies, and off the movies I made, and the I Need Drugs video. And so by the time YouTube came, I didn't understand YouTube. I didn't get on YouTube till 2007. So there was a good 2 years of YouTube being out there where people were experimenting. I thought it was corny at first. I was like, what is this little tube? You know what I'm saying? It looked corny. Like you had only seen things like YouTube when they would show like horror gore videos. They would have little YouTube screens. I didn't think it was something that would get adopted like more than TV. You know
Well,
what I mean? So
in the beginning, they didn't even have comments enabled, right? There was like,
I don't remember, but
yeah.
I definitely didn't give it light for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember what happened is it got uploaded, but because it was so fucked up with needle popping, every time we would get a million on YouTube, I guess because the person didn't upload it with age restriction, it would get taken down. So it would accumulate these views right at the beginning of YouTube and get fucking deaded. So by the time I put it up in 2007 time, it also accumulates another million, gets taken down again. So I Need Drugs must have got taken down 10 times before they really, really got comfortable with the age restriction shit. So I never got the views I should have gotten off of the I Need Drugs video. But I knew it was big because everyone I spoke to, people were telling me it's being put in schools and they show it to people to get them off drugs, or to sway them away from drugs. So yeah, man, the I Need Drugs video was a smash. But I eventually was able to put it on my channel, and I think it might be like 5 million views now. But the
Mm-hmm.
shit would have been 500 million. But it had needle popping in it, you know what I mean?
Right,
And
right.
needle popping at that time was a no-no.